So this is one of those stories where the title sounds bad.
New one. New topic. Yeah. New. You came up with this. Fun.
And it's also bad. Am I the asshole for being scared? Okay. Am I the asshole for being scared of my wife driving?
Is she
thoughts? Any thoughts already?
Is she like scream the whole time or
she jump scares you in your own she has a Freddy Fazbear's mask in the background. Okay.
What happens?
For context, my wife got back to driving 1 year ago after not driving for 20 years or so. She is doing okay. She made a few long trips, 800, 300 miles, and lots of short ones weekly. Never had an accident, and I think she got a little cocky. We had an accident last summer because I fell asleep briefly.
Wait. She should be scared of you, my dog. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna reread that again. Catch the funny word here.
Yeah.
We had an accident.
You had an accident
because I fell asleep briefly. The car was in bad shape, but no one got hurt. On the way home, my wife asked me to keep my hands on the wheel because she was a little scared. I told her it was ridiculous because our accident had nothing to do with where my hands were. Dumbass. No, I added that in. That's the word I added.
This guy is every TikTok commenter.
She got pissed because after she asked, I got chocolate on my hands and had to remove them a few times from the wheel to clean them. I kept it short and it was no big deal. This point will be relevant later.
You're the most distracted driver. You're eating and falling asleep at the wheel. You're doing everything other than fucking paying attention to the road.
Driving around with the sleeping cap and a hot cocoa in your hand. Yeah.
I'm terrified of my wife driving because she's a woman. And here I am with chocolate all over my fingers. Yeah. Like, you're so crazy, dude.
Now, on to the current issue. She drove me to the airport so I wouldn't pay for a taxi. She was a little reckless during the trip. For example, she was too close to the car in front of us. She went above the speed limit, used the brakes too late, etc.
Oh my God.
I tried to communicate this gently during the drive. I told her to be careful when driving back home from the airport.
She didn't even have chocolate on her fingers.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
It's like, are you even a real driver?
She looked puzzled and asked why she should be more careful driving back compared to right now, and my request made no sense. I let it go, but I got a few scares and jumped a few times in my seat after that. I was visibly tense and she got very annoyed, asking me what my problem was. I was truthful and told her that I was scared, and she flipped it on me, saying that it was how she felt when I removed my hands from the wheel after my accident, and it was okay for me to ignore her at the time, but now I want to manage her driving. I find her attitude very childish because I am a more experienced driver, and it was one accident, but at least she ended up driving more slowly and carefully. However, I feel bad that we ended up being mad at each other while I would be away for a few days, and I wonder if I should have kept my mouth shut. Am I the asshole?
You know, and there's a funny thing in relationship, like people giving relationship advice, is that the relationship is over when you start keeping score.
Yeah.
Which I can admit can get to a toxic place.
Yeah.
But then there's situations like this where it's like this dude is so fucking delusional that he thinks she's more
dangerous
than he is, while he's like, I've got to eat my bonbons and also put my nightcap on, my night mask on, and fall asleep. But I gotta have my whale sounds while I'm driving.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, dog, you need a wake up call, and she is trying to give you a fucking wake up call.
Yeah,
you need
literally,
But do you expect this woman who went through that?
Yeah.
And is now being micromanaged by her husband to sit there and be like, you're so right, honey. We should both go to fucking driving safety classes.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up. That's not real. That's not real shit.
This works. Yeah.
She's going to get fucking mad, and it's fine. It's fine to get mad.
It's fine to be mad. Yeah. And
it's absolutely okay. If your partner's on some stupid bullshit, be like, dog, what the fuck is wrong with you? Stop it.
Yeah. And not only that too, like okay, first of all, being about this is not a good story for a Florida driver.
Yeah.
As me personally, as someone who drives a lot. Listen, I've had one accident, even two. 5.
How many? What? When?
I've had one rear ender. It was on the way home, and it was actually because I was sleepy. This is actually a mistake I made.
Yeah.
It was like 11 or 12.
People
I was coming from Universal. Yeah.
People have accidents.
And it was like at like 10 miles an hour.
Oh, Jesus.
So it wasn't like super bad. I just hit this guy's bumper. I don't even think there was any damage on either of our cars.
Right.
I've had more damage in parking lots than I have had on the road.
It's the habits though that scare me.
Yeah, where it's like it's the fact that this guy can't admit that he made a mistake.
That's more terrifying.
That's horrifying.
Than someone like you could get into a really terrible accident. It could be all your fault, whatever. If you change your behaviors afterwards and you make sure that you're a more
attentive or
present driver, that's fine. I'm not judging you for that.
Yeah.
But if you're a fucker that's like, I'm scared of anyone else driving, I can be the only driver, and you don't even watch anything. You're just like,
sweet TikTok while I'm driving. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's not. Also, what the fuck is this?
That's how you drive.
That's how you drive.
You're driving the bus. Yeah.
I'm driving the bus.
But no, like, yeah. I don't know. It's like, just admit you're fucked up. And also, like, I feel like point by point, I guess, like I do think it's bad to tailgate. I will say tailgating is very common, especially around here in Florida. It's bad.
Yeah. And it's like normal shit. It's not like not having your fucking hands anywhere on the wheel shit.
Yeah, where it's or like you're like swerving in and out of lanes. And like even braking too late isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like it's jarring, sometimes like the slam on your brakes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even seem like that's what it is. There's also a weird thing, and I've been noticing this more and more, where like people that are malicious in their intent will describe like trying to tell someone something as like, I gently reminded them or I gently brought up. I think that happened last night
up in our one of our TikToks where they were like, this is abusive tendencies or something.
Yeah, where it's like gently, and I've had the words gently something like, used against me too. Like fucking like
when? Who? Was it me?
No, it wasn't you. It was someone from high school, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so like literally like people will use that as like this weird manipulation to be like, I was perfect in how I did everything.
All I did was I did a little bit I did a little bit of ketamine. And
I only did a little bit of crack, And,
I only did a smidge.
I only slapped her a little bit, and then
I gave her a little tap.
I gave her a gentle slap. Yeah. It's weird. It's like
and then she fell down.
Whoa.
Dramatic.
Yeah, dramatic.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
It's weird. It's very I don't know why that's like such a common prevalent thing. I've known that for like since 2021. I've seen it, I think.
Interesting.
Like, yeah.
That is interesting.
So I don't know.
It is wild. I do love the way that people try to downplay themselves.
Yeah, it's like I can do nothing wrong, but if anyone else does anything wrong, I'm pulling out a gun. I am
going nuclear.
I'm going nuclear. I will go and find the nuke codes and I will bomb your house.
And it's so fun as someone who went through childhood abuse and fawns, I guess, a lot. I've recently been realizing how much I fawn over people in circumstances where I feel uncomfortable. I don't even recognize like going into survival mode, but like, someone says something like, yeah, I'm fucking, and I'm in a dangerous situation. I'm like, no, you're totally right. Absolutely. Everything you say is correct. Yes. Yep. Totally for sure. And I don't even recognize it until later.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
But I've been in those situations so many times where someone's like, and then she screamed at me and then I beat the shit out of her because you can't scream at me because I'm that type of person and I'm right. And I'm like, yeah, no, totally.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
No. And she disagreed with me, so I beat the shit out of her. Am I not right? And then I'm like, yeah. For sure.
Sure, 100%.
Whatever.
Back of my head, like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
And then I'm like in the passenger seat and they're driving like way erratically. And I'm like, we're best friends.
We're totally best friends.
I love you so much. Everything is great. You're amazing. And I'm like, then later I feel shame because I feel like an enabler. And it's like, no, dog, I was trying not to die in the moment and get hurt physically.
Yeah, I feel that.
Because I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Can I ask you a genuine question right now? Not to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Are you ever afraid of my driving?
No. And honestly, like, that's another thing where I think when I met you, your parents were like, he's a crazy driver. And like I had just met someone that had an attempt, like had a suicide attempt.
Oh yeah.
And it was a separate person, and they were driving the most erratically I'd ever been in my life. And you've never made me feel uncomfortable. I think only maybe sometimes with like your brakes, but I've driven your car and it's your car's brakes.
My car's brakes are not ideal. Yeah. And it's been a problem.
It's not even necessarily that they're broken. It's just like it's difficult.
Yeah, you need to put a lot more pressure than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like...
And I think, especially after driving your car, that one time we got the scooter.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I was like, yeah, I'm not complaining about anything. This car fucking sucks.
Yeah, this car sucks, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
This car that I never take care of for some reason. Yeah. For some reason, it's not good, but yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah. Anyway, I brought that story up so I could make a point, and
that you're a good driver.
Yeah, that I'm actually the best at driving, and everyone else sucks.
I one of the first times I talked to your mom, and she said this. I don't feel upset that I'm saying this about it. I was like, oh yeah, Josh is gonna drive me somewhere, and she sent a GIF of a car driving way too fast.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and she sent like a multiple GIFs of like cars like speed driving. And I was like, haha, okay. Ha, okay. Even now, sometimes they'll be like, Josh is a crazy driver. And I'm like, we've never been in an accident in 5 years.
Do you think my mom's working right now? Do you think if I called her, do you think I'd get a response?
Well, while you do that, I'm going to go piss.
No, I'm not calling her. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. That's wild. Nah, that's fucking crazy. I'm just surprised I'm hearing this first. This is an APWSTR first, me hearing this.
I'm sure I told you back then.
I don't remember right now, but let me tell you something. That's
It did stick in my mind though.
Yeah. Josh is gonna get everyone killed.
Yeah, I think it was something like "stay safe," and then there's like, and I don't think I understood. I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "Oh, because he drives real fast," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
I gotta get to places. I got shit to do. I got a life. I don't have my sunglasses on. Fuck.
I don't know if it was because of the student film. Like, how they were talking recently about...
Yeah, that's the thing is I remember... The only time I remember driving on film was in a parking lot going maybe 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, they're talking about you like you're a speed racer or like a stunt driver or something.
Do people not realize...
Like when you say that you're a baby driver, it's a joke. Yeah,
and also, like, I will say... Like, when people drive in movies, do people just not realize they're going, like, 20 miles an hour?
Probably not.
Do they not realize, like, that most of the time they're, like, actually going really slow? They just zoom in on the car to make them look like they're going faster?
Dude, the reveal that your parents think that everything on screen is reality. And they're that bad immediately.
Yeah, they have the Tim Heidecker or whatever the fuck it is in the Sun Cinema season.
Oh, yeah, the mental illness, whatever the disorder that he has.
Yeah.
This season.
Well, now I know that. Thank you. I'm gonna lock that away, and I'm not gonna think about it, and then I'm gonna blow up about it at my parents'
10 years
house.
from now,
10 years from now, yeah.
After you take it out on everyone around you.
Yeah, yeah.
Fun.
Thumbs up. Not taking care of yourself. Solved it.